Hey, good morning. Jocelyn here with Boundless Pursuits Coaching and Training, and we are about to start our move session. I was like, what are we about to start? I mean, I know what we're about to start, but all right, give me 1 second. I gotta check my thing here. All right, we're good to go. Let me just move this out of the way. We might use this today, so I'm gonna leave it here. All right, let's get going. How are you? Happy Thursday. Yesterday, for some reason, all day felt like Thursday to me, so today feels like it's Thursday again, because it actually is. Well, actually, it feels like Friday, because yesterday was Thursday. But anyway, woo, how are you? It's February 1st. We made it through January. If you live in Canada, I mean, you could live anywhere and feel this way, but my mom always says January is the longest month of the year. But this January flew by for me. Now, probably partly because I was in Florida for the first half, so I was on vacation. So here's my tip for you guys. If you want January to go by really fast, go away. and it flew by, and it's February 1st. And I'm fired up. I'm excited because I love new beginnings. Those of you guys who follow me know I love a new beginning. I don't care if it's the morning, right? Every morning we get a new beginning, truly. And I have my morning routine that sort of reminds me of that every day, because I'll be honest, yesterday I went to bed, I was feeling a little bit worked and grinded and a little bit just kind of depleted. And I woke up and it's a new day, and it's that all that is energy is gone and the good energy is back, and especially because it's February 1st. So it's a new day, a new month. I love Mondays because of that. So tell me how you're feeling about February. Tell me how you feel about January. How did January go for you? Did you start working on any new goals in January? Did you set any 2024 goals for the year? Right? Did you set any kind of intentions for, and did you get started on them? Did you get going on your goals for 2024 in January? How do you feel about chapter 1 of 12 of 2024 being closed, right? Are you like, yeah, I didn't get anything done in that chapter, didn't even start in that chapter? Are you crushing it? Somebody reached out to me yesterday and was like, I'm down 9 pounds. I'm doing great. I'm like, that's awesome. And then I also hear people saying, yeah, like I kind of January, I just sort of like fell off the wagon, and and that's okay. It's behind us now, right? It doesn't matter if you're crushing it. Honestly, guys, if you're crushing it, give yourself a pat on the back, right? Celebrate yourself. But you got work to do, because that's in the past. Nobody cares what you did. They only care what you're gonna do, right? And it's a bit of a fine balance, right? Because I'm not saying you should never slow down and celebrate what you've accomplished. And I'll give you an example. Over the last week, I set kind of a last minute goal for January in my business, because everything was going really well and I could feel all the energy and the world aligning, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna go for this big goal. And yesterday morning I woke up and I'm like, it is happening. Like, I just know it. And then yesterday afternoon I'm like, it is not happening. And then I was like, no, it can still happen. And then last night I'm like, it is not happening. And it did not happen. But the reality is, a lot of amazing things happened in January for me. And so I'm choosing to focus on what I did do, not what I didn't do, and celebrating them. And now it's February, and I'm like, all right, what are we gonna do in February? Because January's done, right? And so if you're crushing your goals right now, celebrate yourself, but don't stop. Put your foot on the gas. Don't take your foot off the gas, right? Now, let's talk about if you're not even in the driver's seat yet. and and you haven't even started, you haven't even pulled out of the driveway. Maybe you haven't even like left your house to get in your car yet towards your goals in 2024. That's okay, because January's done. Let's make February different, right? Let's get in the car and let's go, right? Let's get in the driver's seat. Get out of the back seat, right? Stop letting the world drive your car, right? You have the ability to be in the driver's seat towards your goals. So make February the month that you take the wheel, right? And let February go. Because nobody cares what you did in the past, right? And by nobody, the only buddy that matters is you, right? I don't care what I did in my past other than to fuel me for my future, right? Other than that, I'm like, nope, eyes ahead. I got more things to conquer. I got more things to achieve. I got more failures. I got more lessons to learn, right? I have more things to figure out and awareness to step into, right? So we're always moving forward no matter what, right? So you can take that statement two ways, right? I can say, nobody cares what you did, they only care what you're gonna do. And that can sound negative. But it can, if you haven't done anything, then nobody cares what you did anyway, right? So it doesn't matter. I saw this GIF the other day that's like, said there's two ways of looking at it. Nobody cares, or nobody cares. So choose the second one, right? Like, look at it. I just did this. This is why I was a couple minutes late this morning, because there was somebody on my live video, and she was like telling me all the things that she can't do. And actually, somebody was in my inbox yesterday. They came to me. This is what I find so funny. The person came to me and said, if I'm gonna buy your supplements, and then gave me all her list of stipulations. And I was like, who said I'm gonna sell them to you? I don't know if I want to. And I didn't. But I think some of us move through life so focused on the stipulations and what we can't do and what we can't have, right? And that's all we ever see. And so I showed this analogy, and I'm gonna make a video. But so I want you to picture my hand. And on this side, on my palm, it says, you can't, right? So this on my palm is a list of all the things. Maybe you're allergic to eggs. You know, maybe you have a sprained ankle and you can't run. Maybe you, I don't know, all the things that you can't have. That's because it's stuck, right? So that's on this side. On the flip side, there's an equal and opposite to everything. So on this side is the things that you can do. Okay, so you can't walk, you can't run because you have a sprained ankle, but you could do bicep curls, you could do push-ups, you could do core work, right? So I'm looking at this side of my hand and I'm going like, well, you can't have eggs, but you can have chicken, right? So I'm seeing this side of my hand and you're seeing this side of my hand. If you're looking at this side of my hand, you can't see this side of my hand. If you're looking at all the things you can't do, you're not seeing the things you can do. That's the reality. And all I'm seeing is the things that you can do. And we're arguing, right? Because you think you're right and I think I'm right. And you're like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, but what about this? And you're like, nope, because of this, this, and this. Okay, but what about this? No, because of this, this, and this. Do you understand how when you look at the can'ts, the can disappears? And when you look at the can'ts disappear? And they're both there? You see this side, but that doesn't mean this side doesn't exist. Am I making sense? I see a whole bunch of hearts on TikTok, and I appreciate you. Thank you for that. And I'm hoping it means, because what I'm telling you is like making sense, right? If what you're focused on is what you're going to act upon. So now think about it. If I'm seeing all the cans, I'm going to start doing those things. And if all I see is the can'ts, I'm not doing anything because all I see is can'ts. Does that make sense? Oh, it's Carl. I should have known it was Carl. I missed you on my breakfast show this morning, Carl. Carl's always giving me all the hearts. Thank you, Carl. Nice to see you. Are you working out today, or are you just hanging out to give me some support? Okay, we're doing Tabata. I love Tabata Day. Tabata is 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. Okay, but was that a good analogy or what? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a piece of cardboard and I'm going to demonstrate this on a video, and I hope to blow people's minds. It'll probably get 200 views, just like every other TikTok I put out there, but that's all right. I just, you know what, you guys, I just keep showing up. I keep telling you guys what I gotta say, and you know, hope somebody hears it and it helps, and it adds value to your day, and you get something from it. So, okay, we are gonna start with something that I don't really want to do. That's what we do in here. You can do this with or without a riser, okay? I'm gonna use this as my riser today. In the past, I've also used like a weight plate as a riser. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do lunges with 1 foot elevated, okay, like this. Now, I want you to keep in mind, if you're new, and I didn't say this yet, but if you're new, you are gonna not use weights, okay? You're just gonna do this with no weights. Okay, we're gonna do 20 seconds on each side. If you've been working out a while, you're gonna use weights. But if you're brand new, I want you to do everything with no weights. Okay, so then we're gonna switch sides. If you've been at this for a bit, like Betty, Darcy, Sabina, not you yet, but once you're adjusted to the workouts, I want you to go heavier. I'm not even sure, I never think to ask you guys what equipment you have, but I want you to go, I want that last couple of reps you do to feel challenging. Right, but I don't want you breaking form. So we always want to focus on form first. Getting the movement pattern first. I'm training a 15U baseball team right now with my son. We're doing the strength and conditioning training. Oh my God, tell these boys to go lighter in weights. They're like, I can lift this. No, you can't. I'm watching you. You're doing it wrong. You're moving the bar, but you're not doing the lift. They don't like that very much. So some of you, I'm all over the place with these workouts. Some of you might be on Facebook. This is my original gang, is on Facebook in what's called the Daily Move Community. Okay, the Daily Move Community is my Facebook group. I started this a few years ago, beginning of COVID, to help women, to create a community of people who just wanted some accountability to do a little bit of strength training. And one of those women was me. I needed some accountability. I knew I needed to do the strength training. My background is distance running, and there's kind of like a common, theme in distance running. Distance runners don't like to do their strength training. They just want to run. And as we get older, that doesn't work out so well for us anymore. And I knew if I wanted to keep running, I needed to do my strength work, and I did not want to. So I created this community for accountability for myself. And that's why it's called the Daily Move Community, because we create daily move challenges. So each month is a new daily move challenge. And the challenge is to do that daily move every single day. I actually challenged my 50U baseball team. They all had to pick their least favorite exercise, and my challenge to them was to do it daily. Okay, and so, but it's small. So the one kid said, I hate running. So you're gonna do a 1-minute run every day. That's it? Yep, that's it. But every day, 1 minute every day. Okay, some of them it was push-ups, some of them it was pull-ups, some of them it was wall sit. But the idea is that they're gonna do that move every single day. Small, right? 10 reps. And so that's what we created this Facebook community for, is to cheer each other on and have accountability. And I would provide the challenge each month. So we've just started our 3rd year of those monthly challenges. And this year, this month, or this year, the challenge is all about core. Okay, we're gonna move this, because next up we're gonna do
activity completed
747s. So each January was 50 Russian twists and 50 bicycles every single day. You don't have to do them all at once. You can split them up through the day. You just have to accumulate your 100 reps of core. So the challenge this year is the 100 core challenge. So every day you do 100 reps of core. So it was 50 Russian twists, 50 bicycles. Now there's also an iron core challenge, which is that you're gonna stack them. So for example, it's February 1st, and we added Pilates 100s. So Pilates 100s is the core challenge for the month. So if you're doing the daily move challenge, you're doing that. You're doing the Pilates 100s every day for the month. 29 days. Because it's a leap year. If you are doing the iron core challenge, you're continuing your 50 Russian twists and your 50 bicycles, and you're adding the 100 Pilates. You're gonna add each month until you get to December, where you'll be doing 1,200 reps of core. So we're all gonna have 6-packs. Those of us doing the iron core challenge, whoopsie. And then in COVID, I started these workouts, and I found a few ladies who would meet me 3 times a week, Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, to do the workouts with me. And I hated you guys. No, I say that lovingly. I struggled for a long time. I always felt better after I did it, but I didn't really want to show up. And I was really out of shape at the time. And I showed up for you, not for me, until one day I finally wanted to show up for me. And that was probably quite a while later. And so now I show up for me, and I share with you, and we meet 3 times a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. Most weeks, you know, some weeks, based on my schedule, I have to not go live, but you know, more often than not, I'm here to do the live workout with you. And then what I do is I post the replay to YouTube. So if you're catching this on YouTube, you can join us live if those times work. But I would also encourage you to join the Facebook community no matter what, because then you can be part of our challenges. And my vision is to really grow that group to a community of women, you know, women supporting women. Motivating each other. And then if you're on TikTok, I'm just here live trying to find people who want the help. So you can join either the Facebook or the YouTube, or you can join me on TikTok, because I'll be here 9:30 a.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, Eastern time. But like I said, if you're catching this and it's not a good time, just go to my YouTube and subscribe and join me there whenever it's convenient for you. So Tuesdays and Wednesdays are one's upper, one's lower. And then Thursdays is sort of what I like to think of as accessory day. So we work on accessory muscles, meaning the little supporting calves, let's call them, the supporting calves. So inner outer thigh, glutes, stabilizer muscles. Sometimes we focus more on core. Today we're doing, hips, glutes, and one-legged exercises. I always try to modify things if you're a beginner, and I always try to demonstrate things if you're more advanced. So again, you're going to do these with no weights if you're a beginner. You also might want to be up close to a wall in case you're losing balance. Oh, that was it. Thought we had more around. I'll tell you something funny. Those 747s, I used to loathe, hate those. Like, they were like my least favorite exercise. I sucked at them. They hurt my lower back. I just couldn't do them. I think Carl comes on, gets me to 1,000, and then leaves because I see I'm at 1,000. And what I try to do now is I try to do the exercise that I don't like.
Activity completed.
Because I know it's the best opportunity for me to strengthen weaknesses, which is going to make me overall as an athlete stronger. And whether you consider yourself an athlete or not, that's irrelevant. And that's why I coached the 50U baseball team it builds mental strength, not just physical strength, right? When you can face something that you don't like every single day, you start to build up confidence in doing things that you don't like, right? You just start to show up and discipline yourself. Hey, I just gotta just do it, and it's not that bad. You learn a lot mentally. Okay, so with these ones, if you're new, do these without weights. Now, this might be too aggressive in terms of mobility, and then you're just gonna go to the side like this, if that's better for you, if you're new. And if you're good with this mobility, doesn't bother your knees, you go all the way down. So each kid had to choose the exercise they like the least and do it every day. One kid, I can't believe this, but one kid chose goblet squats. He said, I hate goblet squats. I'm like, okay, so he's doing 10 of them every day. Don't you love Tabata? It's like 20 seconds, so even if you hate it, it goes by so fast. I had the most delicious breakfast this morning. Oh my God, the taste of it's still in my mouth. So I did my cooking show. I also try to go live most days on Facebook and TikTok and show you my high protein breakfast and ways to get creative with a high protein breakfast. And I discovered, honestly, it's funny because this goes to show you why it's so important to always be working on your awareness, meaning, knowing what's out there. I had never heard of protein pancakes and waffles before. So basically you mix eggs and protein powder. I do egg whites and protein powder because that makes it protein only. If you use an egg, then you've got fat in there from the yolk. So it depends on your goals. If your goal is to lose weight, or I'm following a program where I'm, really learning how to optimize my macros, like optimize my fats, proteins, carbs for best results based on, best results in terms of fat loss, but also in terms of energy, and just, overall well-being. And so I'm learning, proper portions, ratios, and timings of foods to optimize my results. And so Also, I coach that program, so if it's, you know, something that you're interested in learning about, you can connect with me. But so right now, my mornings, I do a protein with a fat. So a few people said to me, oh yeah, I've been doing that for years, mixing eggs and protein powder. I had no idea that was such a thing. Like I would have been doing it for years too. So this morning I mixed the egg whites, protein powder, and I added a little bit of powdered peanut butter, unsweetened, always unsweetened, to the mix. So I had a chocolate peanut butter batter. And then yesterday and the day before I made crepes with it. But today I decided, well, I try to think of new ideas to keep it interesting for my audience. So I made waffles. Oh my gosh, so good. So the waffles, I used that batter, I made them into waffles instead of crepes or pancakes. And I added my peanut butter for my fat. That was my fat, unsweetened peanut butter. And then what I do is I take cottage cheese and that was it. That's it for that one. Put in a little bit of sugar-free Walden syrup. This is a game changer for me because there's no sugar in it, so it's free. Like I'm talking a 1/4 teaspoon, mix it into the cottage cheese, 2 tablespoons of cottage cheese, mix it in with some cinnamon, put it on the waffles. Like I can still taste the flavor in it. Oh my God, so good. And I did what you said, Betty. I put cinnamon right into the batter today. Honestly, the cinnamon is just kind of like makes it. Okay, we're doing our
Activity completed.
Copenhagen's next. So if you're new, I'm going to give you a alternative because Copenhagen's are definitely an advanced movement. But they're so good. And I know exactly what we're going to do after that. Because there's a core exercise I'm trying to do each day, and I haven't been. Oh, they're stuck on there. Can you guys see? I think you guys can see me if it's there. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple options. So if you're new, if you're just starting, this is your beginner option. You're going to come on this is going to be your side plank. Okay, now if you want to progress that, you're going to you want your top leg in front. So the top foot is in front. And then option number 3 is you're going to have your leg on the step like this. And option number 4 is the advanced. We're going to have our legs like this. This is going to work your entire body. It is not for the faint of heart. And it is also really going to get every single muscle in your thighs. Okay, that's one side down. But you're going to work your core. You're just working your whole body in this. So adapt, I gave you 4 options. Pick the one where you're at. It's funny because you feel like it's the top leg working, but that bottom leg starts to drop. And it's like you realize, I don't know which is harder, the top or the bottom. So we got 2 sets down, 6 to go. We end up doing 4 on each side if you haven't been counting. You've just been following along. Oh goodness, these are killing me today. Here's the thing, it's physics. The longer the lever, the more work. So if you shorten the lever, I'm really trying to lift with my lower core. Great, we're halfway. Just 4 more to go. It's only 20 seconds. You can do anything for 20 seconds, right? Except for Copenhagen's. 5 seconds. Count it down. Breathe through it. Okay. These are so good because this is an area of our bodies that tends to be, you know, pretty weak, to be honest. Like inner thighs especially, the pelvic floor, like that kind of whole area of our body tends to be under strengthened. And so that's where a lot of our issues come from, lower back, hip issues, if that's a problem for you. You know, it's usually our glutes and our inner, it's those accessory muscles. Okay, we got 1 more each side, we got this. These are killing me slowly today, honestly. Not that slowly, but killing me. Okay, hold it. Last time on this leg. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Okay, we made it. Oh my goodness. Holy moly. I need a moment. Okay, we're going into another one of my least favorites, the wall sit next. I'm gonna be over here, and we're doing 20 seconds now. If you're new, you don't need to grab a weight, but if you are seasoned and you want to grab a weight, if you're on TikTok, you're not going to be able to see me. Sorry for that. Although it's probably not the worst thing in the world that you can't see me. Just here trying to add value. Honestly, that is my goal this year. My word. Do you guys pick a word of the year? Anybody pick a word of the year? So what I do is I pick a word that I want to use all year long in an area of my life that I want to work on, so that every time I'm trying to talk myself out of doing something, I ask myself, like, I measure myself up against that word. So a couple of years ago, the word was impact. So I would, you know, believe it or not, you guys might find this hard to believe, I am really an introvert. Left to my own devices, I would probably just stay home. Like, I loved that about COVID. I would go to the forest, I would run, I would do stuff online, but like I'm really introverted. And so I recognized that, like, I avoid things if it means, you know, maybe putting myself out there, or you know, I think there's six basic fears in life, according to Napoleon Hill. Oh my God, I'm feeling the burn. 3. And the second one, I think, one is fear of poverty, fear of death, fear of losing loved ones, fear of criticism is one of the top ones. And so he was sort of saying in his book, Think and Grow Rich, that a lot of what we do or don't do is driven by what people think. Like, we'll literally give up on our dreams because we're worried people will think we're crazy. Which is crazy that we give other people, what's crazy is that we give other people that kind of control over how we live our lives. And honestly, that was a huge weakness of mine for years. It's still a big weakness of mine. my kids and my husband, or my daughter and my husband, call me on it all of the time. Anyway, so I used that word that year, impact. Every time I was sort of tentative to do something, I would say, could I have, because my mission is to impact. My mission is to help specifically women, but to help people raise their bar. That's truly my mission, right? And so what I realize now is, you know, part of my mission is helping people overcome that fear of what people think of them. Because, or overcome, my mission is to help people overcome the things that keep them from living their life the way they really want to. And so I put myself out there to try to speak to you, right? To try to reach you, to try to help you feel understood, that I understand, I am the same way. I am afraid of what people think. I shrink because of that fear, right? I hold back because of that fear. Oh my goodness. And so I'm trying not to let that fear run me anymore, or dictate what I do, or the goals I set, or, oh, I thought that was the last one, how I show up, right? And so this year my word is expansion, because really, and every day that I do my journaling and my self-work, I work on myself, that word reveals itself as being more and more perfect for the year. I don't know if that's it. I'm hoping it is. I feel like there might be one more. Please no. Oh, that was rough. That was really rough. Are you guys feeling that in your legs the way I am? I am really feeling it today. So that's my mission. So I'm here, like, to speak to as many people as I can. So, you know, I'm shamelessly putting myself out there on social media, and I'm one by one finding women who need what I have to say.
Activity completed.
So we're gonna finish, we're gonna do another set of side planks. And so my word expansion is to test when for example, I don't wanna do wall sit. Why? Because it's hard. Could it expand my fitness? Yes, it could, because I'm not very good at it. So that's how I choose a word. And so what I like to do is try to take things that I'm not very good at and do them daily. And expansion is about expanding my awareness of, that's how it started. That's how expansion started. So we're gonna go into side plank. This is gonna be hard on my feet. All right, well, I'm gonna step it up. If you're new, you're going to do the side plank the way I showed you earlier on your knee. If you're can hold side plank with your legs extended, and then this is what we're going to do. So you're really driving the hips up with the side core. You can have your feet stacked, which would look like this. I think what we're going to do is we're going to do 4 sets on one side and then 4 sets on the other side. This is it, you guys. This is the last Tabata set for today, so hang in there. We're almost done. We might finish with Pilates hundreds, actually, because that's our move of the month, just to show you what they look like. I'm going to make a video and put it in the Facebook group. Okay, round 3. And you can hold it. That's another option. I'm feeling these a lot more doing them 4 rounds on one side. So if it's too much for you, you can use alternate sides. We'll give your core a break in between sets. This Ignite program, though, I'm really finding my body is leaning out from it. I love it, especially in the midsection, which has always been my problem section. Not problem section. Okay, hold it. Let's do a couple more. One, I can barely lift myself anymore. Okay. Oh, those were tough. Tough on my feet too. It's hard on this floor. I should have had a mat or shoes. In case you guys wonder why I work out without shoes, do you guys ever wonder that? It's to strengthen my feet. One of the things that I have found I struggle with as I age is sort of the mobility and the joints in my feet. And I thought to myself one day, something that I changed a couple years ago was I started wearing UGG slippers around my house all the time. And, oh, that's so much better. I thought, so think, this is an example of how little things compound. I used to always walk around my house in bare feet. Well, if you spend time in bare feet, your feet tend to strengthen, right? Your arches strengthen, all the little tiny muscles in your, if you're always in shoes, your feet kind of like, for lack of a better way of saying it, they mold to the shape of your shoe. So depending what you're wearing, you know, like your feet become accustomed to having something underneath them, and it's going to sort of shape your feet. There's a lot of bones and muscles in the feet. Oh my God. Your feet can be really malleable, and so if you're always in shoes, and I thought to myself, interesting that my feet got worse, and I thought maybe it's from wearing slippers all the time. And so I stopped. I do wear my Crocs a lot, but I like to try to be in bare feet as much as possible because to kind of keep my feet accustomed to being feet. Almost there. One more. Hold it. Okay. Oh my goodness. Is anyone else feeling this today? Because I am really feeling it. Okay, we're gonna finish off with our Pilates 100s, which is the core move of the month. So just to reiterate, you can do the core move of the month, or you can stack it with the core move of last month. Okay, so it's up to you. Depends on your goal. All right, ready? Okay. This is a Pilates 100s. We're going to go into core hollow or boat. We're going to pulse for 10, and we're going to raise our legs up for 5, down for 5. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make sure your back is pressed into the ground. 8, 9, 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No space here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you drop down. 4, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop down. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hug it in. Oh, my core. That was good, you guys. That was a really good one. Just rolling out the lower back. While we're here, let's do a quick happy baby. Release the lower back a little bit. I can always use the lower back release. I'm back to doing my mobility in the mornings. I stopped for a bit. Oh, that feels so good. Okay. So, that's another wrap. Tuesday, I will be here Tuesday. I will not be here Wednesday. My son is going for a college visit in Ohio. So we gotta drive 8 hours to Ohio on Monday. Sorry, Tuesday won't be here. Wednesday will be here. Monday we drive to Ohio. Tuesday we drive home. So I probably won't be live on Tuesday of next week. So I will see you guys Wednesday. Have an awesome day, and we'll see you guys soon.